Hi, I'm Dr. Judy Morgan, founder of Dr. Judy Morgan's Naturally Healthy Pets. It's almost Christmas. It's my favorite holiday of the year. But just because it's my favorite holiday doesn't necessarily mean it's the best holiday for our pets. So we have to be really careful about what we put up and what we expose our pets to during the holiday season. We don't use any tinsel in our house because that's something that would be really dangerous for our cats. It can cause choking and it can cause intestinal obstructions and cut through the bowel. So don't use stringy tinsel if you have cats in your house. And some dogs will even chew on it. We have one cat who is an absolute fan of ribbons and bows, so we can't put ribbons and bows on any of our packages because the cat likes to eat them and it can cause an obstruction. We also are really careful when we're baking. Anything that uses yeast to make the dough rise, that dough is very dangerous for your pets to eat. If your pet ever does get into rising dough, that's a medical emergency. Have them seen immediately. Also be very careful with Christmas goodies. A lot of baked goods contain raisins. Raisins can be very toxic for some dogs. They're basically dried grapes and that can cause some kidney failure. You also have to be very careful with chocolate products. A lot of baking chocolate causes problems in dogs. If your dog eats chocolate, please call the Poison Control Center. Find out if your dog has eaten enough for it to be toxic depending on the size of your dog. Baking chocolate is much worse than milk chocolate. You also have to be really careful with nuts. Nuts are a very common gift. They're in stockings, they're in snack bowls around the house during the holiday season. Some nuts, like macadamia nuts, can be very toxic to pets. And so you don't want to leave open containers of nuts around. And some people have unshelled walnuts around and other kinds of nuts which can also cause choking hazards and obstructions. Last but not least, poinsettias. Poinsettias are actually a bit controversial. A lot of sites report poinsettias as being very toxic to our pets. Actually, they cause vomiting and diarrhea. I once had a cat who thought that poinsettias were the best thing in the world to chew on. And that kitty had vomiting and diarrhea for a couple of weeks before I figured out what was actually causing the problem. They can only cause death if your animal eats enough to cause enough vomiting and diarrhea to have dehydration and then secondary kidney failure. So please keep your pets away from the poinsettias. Our animals are really good and they don't bother our poinsettias or chew on them, so we can have them in the house. Have fun with your pets over the holidays, stay safe, and take good care of them. Enjoy!